All right, everyone, this is where we put everything together. You've got some great indicators that give you some visuals on trends and entry points. And so now we want to meld all this together and actually start creating your algorithm. So we're going to start off here. I've got a Swiss franc yen we were kind of playing around with a little bit earlier. And so I'm going to start refining this and actually creating an algorithm that we can use to plug into the Titans algo. So I've got right now Trend Magic here. I'm going to go ahead and, based on how it's moving, it's actually a fairly steady price action. There's some consolidation that happens with every pair, but this consolidation here seems to stay within a trend even. Here's where it bounces up and down a little bit. But as you can see, I also have my consolidation filter, which can tell me whether or not this is actually good to avoid. And then we've got, we're back out of consolidation according to the filter. We're out of consolidation in this area, which coincides with this opportunity. So that actually works out. Might have to increase the expiry on my WAE, as I can see in here. The consolidation period ends, we've got the strength, but the volume is expired. So that, that's something that you can do just to, as a base point, right? This might not be where it stays, but I just see that right off the bat, and I'm like, yeah, I want that. Here, this would be opportunities to maybe try some continuation, where it's like I'm going to create a rule for maybe your continuation is, yeah, look at this. Your continuation might be the Trend Magic, because it doesn't actually cross below until here, and then it crosses above here, and then there's another opportunity. So that might be it. Here it crosses below, above, drawdown might take you out, but above here it takes you up, and that would profit. Okay, let's check out this entry here so that we have a crossing. That does not coincide with the volume, because the volume's expired already. So again, you might increase the expiry on the volume to line that up. I don't know why this is not providing a background on, I might have just have the colors messed up here. Short background, oopsies, on the W8 or so that's set there. Plot. Okay, yeah, so this just got changed up here. Let's make that the right color. There we go. Now we can see. So yeah, we've got the strength, but the volume expired, and so this would actually miss out this whole thing. Don't like that. Don't like that. And one of the reasons why this is the case is because we had the expiry on Trend Magic, and the crossing doesn't occur until here, but we're already well into a downward trend, so that's why this is expired. So this might not be the best moving average, and I think, now that I think about it, we might have been using a different, when we were testing it the first time. You know what, I like this lemma, so let's just try a lemma here, and another lemma here. Using adaptive, this isn't bad. I might adjust this a little bit, but let's just see where this takes us. Let's go look at some opportunities that might be coming through, especially when the crossing happens. So like here, great, that's awesome. Let's go back in time here. Here's a crossing, the bar going down is right here. That doesn't look like it would extend. I've got my ATR up there, you see right here. Right there, there's my ATR, and so I just quickly glance at that and I see it's 240 on this downward bar. But there's no volume, so that actually wouldn't be taking, here it might be, but it would not extend. Here it is again. That one might, see 280? No, I don't think so. No, but you might be able to catch a few pips, and then in the end, have the break even, stop it beforehand, and then you got this one here to take care of any losses that you might have had in there. So that's not bad. This is a nice entry, right? Because here's where it crosses, but it's on a downward, on a pullback, and then the very next, but see, we're out of there. This isn't bad though, like where the volume does break out again. That's a trade. See, 217 for an ATR. So that would stay within, and it doesn't. The drawdown doesn't occur during market where the liquidity is low, so that your spread probably wouldn't take you out. That's actually nice, and then that would extend upwards, and we'd use probably like a trend magic exit, possibly. I don't know. Doesn't look too bad. Here's another entry. This doesn't look like it would extend. Let's see, 275. Yeah, no, it does not extend, and so you'd be relying on your break even to maybe take you to save you from that loss. But then the very next one, that's all big candles, so you might not get this opportunity. Depending, you might. That's something that you test, right? So, but that is a full extension to a take profit. If I go by 1.5 stop loss to 3.0 take profit 1. Okay, so we've got another one here. This looks like it would stop out. And this is consolidation area for sure. So I would be losing these two, and then I would be drawing my lines, or actually, you know what? The consolidation filters actually kept that taken care of. Here is an entry, because it comes out of consolidation. We've got the breakout and we've got the strength, and then that would actually work out. So these trades here wouldn't happen because the consolidation breakout is yellow, and that's indicating that we wouldn't be taking any entries during that time. So that's not bad. Here's another crossing, no strength at the same time. Here's where it coincides, but that's where the consolidation filter would start stopping us from entering. That's a nice setup, the way that worked out. So that's okay. Most of the time I'm seeing this work out. And so, yeah, like look at this entry here. It's beautiful. Beautiful entry right there. Here, there is no entry because the strength or the volume has expired, right? That volume is too late. Here's the previous high. But then you wait, and the next time you have that volume breakout, the strength is supporting you, and you've got the trend. So yeah, that's nice. Let's see this one here. So here it comes up, but there's no volume strength. Here's where the volume comes into play. Yup, at 16.8 for the ATR. Ooh, so there's drawdown, but it's not during a low liquidity moment. But there is so there's your consolidation filter stopping us from entering. Too bad. And then there's the other thing. Otherwise, that's a great opportunity. So I'm going to keep this. Just because that doesn't work out doesn't mean this doesn't work. I'm going to be keeping, so far, I would say that these settings work for me to carry on into an algorithm. And I'll test whether or not that consolidation filter is actually saving me money or not. There are some times where I have to turn the consolidation filter off, and my account, the historical data shows that that turning it off actually increases my balance based on my rules. So I don't necessarily base everything off of that. I just have it there as kind of like okay, so I know that strategy that particular entry would be filtered out, so I wouldn't be taking that loss. This one here is a great opportunity to win, but we would test that inside the algorithm whether or not it actually works. And you can, when you're doing your back testing, you can also test that too. We don't actually have a lineup until here. There's a lineup here, but the volume breaks. The volume doesn't line up with that one, and so there would be one here. $169. So you might be able to get a break even out of this one. So you might get like a pip or two if you have your settings proper, because this reversal would definitely be starting to take you out. See this, guys? Like I see this here. I've got the volume. If I had an entry here where the volume and the strength lined up, and we are above this fast line, maybe I need to speed up my slow line. That's entirely possible. Let's just see what the settings are here. Maybe smoothing. Smoothing makes a very small, well, sometimes it can make a smaller adjustment to this. Okay, so yeah, that actually increased it. So maybe I want to keep it at 60. But then see, that also makes that less. Who knows? We'll test it out. Here's a potential entry. Again, consolidation filter actually keeps us out, which might be a good thing overall, but we'll test it later. I see this lemma might be a little bit slow, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, you know what? Let's run with it. I'm going to show you now what I would do on the backtesting side of things. I'm going to go through these entry points and just quickly plot out what my trades would look like. So let's go back. This is November 2020. Let's just go back to sometime at the beginning of 2020. This would give us, a good 18 months of data. I like 2 years, usually on the 195-minute chart. That gives me about 100 trades. But what I'm doing here is I just want to see, generally speaking, how frequently am I getting wins with this, because this is a good basis. Okay, I'm not going to spend a whole ton of time backtesting this because I'm going to take these parameters and stick them into Titan's algo. But this, I'm just going to quickly plot some trades just to make sure that I actually have some consistency. So let's go back. I'm just going to randomly pick some time here. Okay. Here's something May, February. Okay, so February 2020. Pretty tumultuous time. This might not be the best time to test this out. But it doesn't actually look nearly as bad as some other charts at this same time. Well, that's the Swiss franc, so it's a little bit more stable. Okay, enough thinking about that. Let's just get some going here. Here's my plotting tool. Where's my toolbar? Anyway, I don't know where my toolbar is. So let's grab this tool here. I'm going to use the long right here because there's where my lineup is. See where, here's my lineup, right? So there's the crossing where it switches into a bullish trend right there, but I don't actually have a lineup of all my indicators until here. So there it is. 157 is my ATR. So 157, let's get my calculator. 157 times the 1.5 is 235. It's 236, I think. Yeah, 236. And then I multiply that by 2. And it doesn't look like it extends, does it? Oh yeah, it would. So there's my take profit. So I'd have some profit on that one. That's great. And then we dip back down again. Here we have this. There's a lineup right here. I would definitely lose that. But let's plot it because we're looking for some consistency. So 139. And we can see that we got stopped out. And then it turns around and we have a lineup right away on that one. So if I follow my rules, this is where my next entry is, right here. And that would lose as well. I'm going to go ahead and start doing, I'm going to plot out a bunch of trades here, and I will, I'm just going to fast forward on the screen so that you don't end up having to watch this whole thing. All right, so after having gone through a few back tests here, I can see that even during this really choppy time where technically it would be advantageous to not trade at all, this strategy performs quite well. I'm actually running better than 50%. I've got 15 trades active or plotted here, and 8 are winners and 7 are losers. And so I'm pretty confident in this. I'm going to be putting this one towards the algorithm and see where that takes us. But at least the purpose of this video was really to show you the process that I use to start bringing all of these components together to start building a strategy. And that took, the video itself has been running for 28 minutes. And so that's pretty good. I'm hoping that when I plug this into the algo, that it shows me that I've done some good work. But that's the process. That's the process. If it doesn't work, once I put it into the algo, I just go back to the drawing board and I try some different things to try to figure out what I can pull out of the market that's better. But this already, right now, I'm running at greater than 50% success rate. And again, like I say, a lot of this is really choppy and by all rights should not be even trading during this time. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm excited for your next step, and that's taking all this information and plugging it into the algo. Thanks a lot.